the distance, the Globe Arena, home of the 1989 World Ice Hockey Championships. Hello and welcome to Stockholm, Sweden for the Group A competition here on Eurosport. I'm Paul Ferguson, with me is Richard Beaupre, and we start the final round of the competition. Well, we're going to have the Finns against the West Germans, and then later on, the United States take on Poland. Let's take a look at the Group A table. These four teams will be fighting it out for the medals: the Soviet Union, Sweden, Canada, and Czechoslovakia. It's all about gold, silver, and bronze right now. At the bottom of the table, the Finns, the Americans, the Poles, and the West Germans will be fighting to avoid relegation. Right now, it doesn't look good for the Poles and the West Germans, but still a lot of hockey to come. Well, this is the Globe Arena, a magnificent sight, and we're getting ready for this game between Finland and West Germany. The Finns,
with Tammy playing in the net, Ruotsalainen and Virta, top-level defensemen, Tikkanen and Curry having a good series, Keskinen, an outstanding goal scorer, with Eloranta, who logs a lot of ice and plays tough defensively. Seppo, Susi, and Järvinen have done a lot of forechecking. They're the workhorse line for the Finnish team. Lindfors and Blomqvist have come in, and whenever they've been needed, they've come in and done the job. Järvenpää is another good forechecking forward.
well, Blomqvist and Udo Kiesling go over, shake hands with the referees. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the West German side. Kreis, a good defenseman, will be out there with Udo Kiesling and Pokorny, Fischer, Holtzman, and Franz, the starting first line. Up front, Trunchka, of course, keep your eye on him, number 17, along with number 18, Schmidt. Dieter Hagen, a good goal scorer. Manfred Ahn can also put the puck in the net. They've only won one game so far in the tournament, but really they're capable of better things. 2:37 gone here in the first period. The West Germans with number 19, Niederberger, firing it all the way in. Going back forward is Virta. Head-manning the puck to Jari Kurri, dumps it over on the right wing. Ruotsalainen trying to get something going. Dieter Hagen. Niederberger now. The West Germans really do need to pull something together as Trunchka gets it to Niederberger. Niederberger behind the net. Trunchka now trying to get it out front. Tammy puts his skate in the way, and it really is slow and a bit sloppy behind the goal. Coming on the attack. Tikkanen. Back. Oh, and that trickles in. Virta got that drop pass from Tikkanen. And that trickled in behind Friesen, the goaltender. 1-0 the score.
Well, as Tikkanen carried the puck down the ice, he had Jari Kurri breaking hard for the net. As you see the 2-on-1, 2-on-2, but Virta gets in there as the third man, and he takes the drop pass nicely from Tikkanen and snaps it behind the goaltender. Here you see it again, Tikkanen taking a lot of time. He's got the time, drops it back. Virta makes no mistake with the wrist shot.
Kurri steps over that one, and back come the West Germans. A 2-on-2 break with Trunchka, and he's taken out nicely at the defense. And back come the Finns, waiting for their team to work their way up. Lehtinen taken out by a sea of white jerseys, and the Finns eventually come up with it. Kurri getting it back. A lot of play in the neutral zone as both teams try to settle down here in the first period.
Well, the Finns are controlling the puck well. They're making their plays very deliberate, but they're spread out well.
Seppo behind the net, leaving it there. Coming up to Dieter Hagen, to Trunchka. Trunchka dropping it back, a shot right on Tammy. And he picks that off with a glove hand. Steiger got the woodwork on that one.
Well, what the Germans are trying to do is get the Finnish defense to back in here. It was a nice move from Trunchka. He leaves the puck back for Steiger, takes a wrist shot, but Tammy can see it all the way. As you see the replay here, a lot of time for Trunchka. The defense backs in, but they're not screening Tammy, and he handles the shot very easily.
From a different angle, you see Trunchka coming in. Now watch the defensemen. They're hoping they'll back in even more. Steiger takes that shot that was labeled for the glove hand side, but Tammy was equal to it. Another shot right from the face-off as Fisher moves in for the rebound. But again, Tammy holds on. Jukka Tammy, a good goaltender, has played well throughout the tournament. Coming up to the midway point here in the first period, 1-0 for Finland.
Well, Tammy has had his share of action as the Finnish defense has been a bit susceptible at times.
Shot from the point, picked up by Eloranta. Bounced around, it's still not away, and that's out front, and again, Tammy comes up with the puck.
Well, the German team, as they're known for, will not give up, and they're trying hard, and they will continue to try hard. They're not out of this game.
The puck bouncing all around Tammy. So the West Germans looking for something positive in the last week of this tournament. They really don't want to go down to the Pool B competition next year. Of course, Norway have already been promoted, and when the competition resumes next year in Bern, Switzerland, they'll be there in the Group A. So we're ready for Jari Kurri to settle down. The linesman with Trunchka dropping the puck. Jalonen gets it back. The Finns, a deliberate, slow build-up, but nothing very exact about that. Dieter Hagen in the corner, had no one to pass to at all. Trunchka still out there. Virta mixes it up with him, and back come the Finns on the attack. Number 12, Jalonen, the far side, they score! Kurri got the pass over from Ruotsalainen, and Jalonen, 1, 2, 3, and Jari Kurri picks up his third goal of the tournament.
Well, once again, very deliberate as the German forwards were caught in the zone. The pass was thrown over from Jalonen, who had received that pass originally from Ruotsalainen. Over to Kurri, he makes no mistake with the wrist shot. There you see it again, Jalonen, Ruotsalainen, Jari Kurri for the wrist shot.
2-0 the score. The West Germans once again behind the 8 ball here. One victory so far in the tournament. Coming back, the Finns dumping it over the West German line. And the style of play, well, is there a style of play for the West Germans right now? They're just firing it in. No one's really chasing it. Going back for it, Michael Schmidt up on the wing now. Rodiger, Kammerer, on, Manfred on, getting it back to Berwanger. Well, as I said, no real penetration there, Richard, from the West German side.
No, they're skating very unorganized at the moment. They are being outclassed by the Finns, who've got a lot of power out there and a lot more experience.
That shot coming from Kuusisto. Heimer. And again, the Finns knocking on the door, and the West Germans really kind of swimming uphill here at the moment. A long pass out into the neutral zone is not controlled. Eventually coming over to Fisher. Fisher dumping it in front. Only a blue shirt there to pick it up. Trying to work it in now, and Tammy comes out with a nice poke check. Still it's not away. A shot deflected high. Eloranta comes up with the puck and fires that all the way around, but still it's not out. Well, for a moment there, we had the Germans in possession and looking good around the net.
Well, it's a question of the puck bouncing around and the Finns looking very relaxed. They're taking the game very nonchalantly at this point. Germans still not able to come up with anything out of that play, though.
In the second period here, the West Germans on the attack. Right out front, Holtzman couldn't get a swing at that one. The goaltender went down and it was cleared into the corner. Tikkanen over the blue line, getting it over on the wing. Ruotsalainen dumping it in. A shot right on the target from number 5, Kusisto. Hagen getting set to jump back on the ice. Kusisto goes back for it. All the way up on the wing. Passing it around nicely. Coming back, curving, working up as a team now. The Finns on the attack. Into the corner. The Germans with a man in the penalty box. Ruotsalainen fires it into the corner. Kusisto fakes the shot to Ruotsalainen. A lot of time to get something organized here. The Finns with a man advantage behind the net. Keskinen right out front. Kusisto takes a shot and that's kicked away. Udo Kiesling fires that one along the boards, trying to get it out, but he can't. Keskinen wrestles, that's right out front, and that's in the net. Ruotsalainen, number 29. Tikkanen was in there once again to get that out to him. 3-0 the score.
Excellent forechecking by Keskinen as he's all over the Germans as they're trying desperately to clear that puck. He contains it. Tikkanen has the pass over to Ruotsalainen, who's wide open in the slot. There he is. Here comes Tikkanen with that play from Keskinen. Sees Ruotsalainen coming into the play, and he's all by himself.
Third period now. The Finns leading by 3-0. Chasing the puck all the way down the ice. Ruotsalainen. Virta. Such a slow and deliberate build-up, almost too casual. Virta having a few problems along the wing, coming back. Holtzman gets it right in front, and that shot just whistles wide of the net. Jari Kurri. Kurri spins, waits for his teammates to come up on the play. Back to the point. The West Germans with a man in the box, a power play situation. The shot coming out now, West Germany. Heimer. Hagen ragging the puck. Some nice stick handling by Hagen. Dieter Hagen going in on the backhand side, takes the shot wide of the far post. Eloranta. Dropping it back, the Finns a bit too casual, and Trunchka comes up with a loose puck. So relaxed, casual play out there from the Finns, but it's sometimes just a bit too relaxed. A long shot on Tammy, he bobbles it, and eventually squeezes that to the ice and forces a face-off. Well, just under 5,000 people to see this game between West Germany and Finland as they fight to avoid relegation. Backhand shot just whistles by that far post. 10 seconds remaining on the third and final period. Time ticking away for the West German side. They're really not going to come back into this one. The Finns 3, West Germany 0. We'll be back with America against Poland in a moment.